Round. Very good. We round in 5th grade and not just come up with a guess out of our heads. So remind me how we're rounding now. Anyone remember? Did we have a wrap we were using? Okay, do you want to do that here on this first one? And then we won't use it on the rest? Okay? All right, so here we go. Find the place value and circle that digit. Move to the right and underline. Get it? 0 to 4. The 1 stays the same. 5 to 9. Add 1 is the game. Now flex your muscles like a hero. Digits to the right change to 0. All the other digits stay the same. Yo, you're a winner in the rounding game. So I rounded 1,320 down to 1,000. Okay? And then 88. Can you round that in your head? Is it 80 or 90? 90. Okay. So write this down on your lines. Okay, so we've got 1. Look at the board. 1 times 9 is 9, correct? 1, 2, 3, 4 zeros. Now here's what happened in block 1, and I want to remind you, some of the students were counting for their comma from the left side. You have to start at the right. 1, 2, 3, comma. Okay? So be careful about that. Let's do the next one. So I'm circling the 1, underlining the 3. What does the 3 tell me to do, John? Stay the same or add 1? Okay. And then all the other digits change to 0. Okay? So on this one, Chaz, move right down here to the front. Right here. Okay, so on the next one, I'm circling the 8, underlining the 8. Okay, so let's take a look at this. 10,000. And then I've got 8 tells me to do what? Stay the same or add 1, Ureli?
8 tells you to add 1.
Good. And then digits to the right change to 0. So that's pretty similar to the last one, isn't it? Whoops. 1 more 0. Okay, so 1 times 9 is 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 zeros. Put them on before you place your comma. Let's look at the next one. So I have circle the 3, underline the 1. The 1 tells me to do what, Trip? Stay the same. So digits to the right change to 0. So this is going to be 3,000 times, did we already round 880? What did Ureli tell us? 900. Okay, now let's take a look at this. What's 3 times 9? 27. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I counted right this time, didn't I? Okay, watch me place the 0. 1, 2, 3, comma. 1, 2, 3, comma.
2,700,000.
Okay, so that's kind of a little review of Friday to help those of you who were gone. Okay, let's take a look at the problem set for today. It's exactly the same thing, so turn it back over to the front. Okay, so we're going to have to round 597. So look at the 9 to decide about the 5. What does the 9 tell me to do? Add 1 or stay the same? Add 1. So this will become 600. Okay. Shay, what does 52 round to? 50. So now we're going to do 6 times 5. What is that? 30.
30, then plus
And then how many zeros do I add?
3. So it's 30,000.
Okay. So a reasonable estimate would be 30,000. Okay, let's look at B. Am I going too fast?
No.
All right, let's take a look at B. So I look at the 1 here to decide if I stay the same or add 1. Kinley, tell me what we're doing. Stay the same or add 1? Stay the same. So I've got 1,000. And then, Edgar, what does 59 round to?
60.
To 60. So I've got 1 times 6 plus how many zeros? 4. So a reasonable estimate would be what number? 60,000. Very good. Okay, let's look at C. So I will underline the 8. So Valeria, help me out. Does the 8 tell me to stay the same or add 1? Add 1. So the 5 becomes a
6.
and digits to the right change to 0. Chaz, what does 25 round to?
30.
Okay, because 5 goes up, doesn't it? So 6 times 3, what is it?
18.
And 1, 2, 3, 4 zeros.
What you could do is do 6 times 3, and then put 18, then put the zeros in 30, then put a comma.
Okay, let's keep going.
And do your rest.
Let's just look at D and E down here. These are going to be on Zern. So how would I do these? I'm going to have to figure out what number they are first, aren't I? So if I take a look at a place value chart, don't draw this. I'm just going to get it on there real quick. 1, 2, 3 decimal, right? Okay, so if I've got 89 tens, that means I put a 9 in the tens place. So my 8 goes here. What will go here?
0.
0. So 890 is what I have to round. And then the same thing again. The 3 will be in the tens place, right? So what number will this be? 630. Now let's round those. Okay, so pay attention to this. You might need it on Zern. So I'm looking at the 9. Derek, tell me.
It goes 1 because it's 5.
Add 1 or stay the same?
Add 1.
Add 1. Digits to the right change to 0. Okay? The next number, I'm going to call on someone. Okay? Trip, 630. What do I do with it? Look at the 3. Leave it at 600. Okay, 9 times 6, Isaiah. 54. How many zeros?
4.
Good. All right, let's take a look at the next one. I think I'm going to have to add boxes. That's not a very good place value chart, is it? So I've got an 8 in the hundreds place. So how many zeros do I need to add? 2. So this number is 39,800 times, now I've got the tens place again. So I've got a 5 in the tens place. No, a 2 in the tens place. What number is that? 520. Now I have to round them. So rounding 39,800. What digit do I underline, Raquel? What digit do I underline? Huh? Good. Does the 3 stay the same or add 1? And then digits to the right change to 0. So 40,000. And then 520, you're ready to help me out. I look at the 2. What does the 2 tell me? Stay the same. And then digits to the right change to 0. So 4 times 5?
20.
20. How many zeros? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 7 total zeros, right?
20 million.
Good.
20 million.
Okay, good job. Let's go to the back side. Okay, for number 3 it says, which of the following expressions would 200,000 be a reasonable estimate? How do you know? Okay, so here's what we're going to do. We're going to count zeros. How many zeros are on this? 5. Write that down. Put a box around 200,000. Okay, so each time we're pretty much rounding the same number. So we get this first one done, then all we have to do is add zeros, okay? So the 1 tells me that the 2 will stay the same, right? And 12 rounds to what? 10, okay? So now let's count zeros. 1, 2, 3, 4. Will this one work? No, we're looking for how many zeros? If I write it, you write it. So get busy writing it. Okay, on the next one, it's still going to be a 2 and a 1. But how many zeros do I have? 4 and 3. Correct? So that's a total of, or 4 and 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Total of 6. Will that work? No. Okay. So here we have a 2 with how many zeros?
3.
And a 1 with how many zeros?
2.
How many total zeros?
5.
Found a match, didn't we? Yep. Okay. Does this one, do you think it's going to be too many zeros?
Yeah.
It is. If I write it, you write it. Okay, let's keep going down. This one's kind of cool. So all we're going to do is round it and see if our answer would match theirs. This is called finding the factors. So looking at the 7, Trip, help me out. What does the 7 tell me to do? Add 1 or stay the same? Okay, so this will be 600. What does 40 round to, Gavin? What does 43 round to, Gavin? Did I tell you the answer? 6 times 4 is what? 24. Are there 3 zeros?
Yes.
Okay. You want to try those next 2 on your own?
Yes.
Okay. I'll pause it while you do that. So help me out here, Chas. What did you write for B?
700 times 700.
Oh, that was simple, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And is that 7 times 7 is 49, and we have 4 zeros. Very good. Okay. Shay, tell me what you wrote for C. 8,000 times 500. And 8 times 5 is 40, right? There's a 40. And then how many zeros? 5 more. Good job. Okay, let's take a look at the next couple. Okay, it says there are 19,600 763 tickets available for a New York Knicks home game. If there are 41 home games in a season, about how many tickets are available for all the Knicks home games? Now, I don't want the answer. I want to write a problem first. So, how about Brianna? Brianna, what problem do you think I need to write?
19,763 times 41.
Good. And then when it says about, did you put a box around about, kids? When it says about, that means I'm going to do what?
You wrap
I'm going to estimate, right? It doesn't have to be exact.
circle the one.
Okay, so circle the 1, underline the 9. What do we have here? Does it become a 2?
Yep.
Okay. And 41 rounds to?
40.
So 2 times 4, Valerie, 2 times 4, what's that? Okay. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 zeros.
800,000.
Okay. What?
That's my record.
Oh,
Well,
too funny.
well,
Tam's wearing a Knicks shirt today.
Last year it was my record.
Okay. All right, Michael saves $423 a month for college. About how much money will he have saved after 4 years? We've got that word about again, don't we?
Yep.
Okay, now this says a month and this says years. So we're going to have to do some changing, aren't we?
12 months.
Okay, 12 months is 1 year. So let's get this figured out. Each month it's going to be what? 400 or 500? 400 a month. Now we've got to figure out how many months are in 4 years. So 12 times 4 would be
48.
48. What would that round to? 50. So 4 times 5 is 20. 1, 2, 3. More zeros. Wow, that's a lot to save, isn't it? $20,000 in 4 years. Okay, now let's look at this estimate because the next question says, will your estimate be lower or higher than the actual amount Michael will save? All right, and how do you know? So is our estimate lower or higher? Lower. How do you know it's lower?
Because we estimated the 400 lower.
Right, 400 is $23 lower. Okay, even though 50 is 2 higher than 48, stop it. That's quite a bit lower with $23 each month. Okay, so our estimate's a little higher than what he will actually save. And I'm not going to make you write that down. Should I?
No.
Okay, higher because we rounded down. Don't you think? We rounded 423 down to 400. I did not restate the question, did I? I should have.
I'm sure they'll figure it out.
Okay, so